Hey, you lazy couch potato. Guess you. Are you lazy and unmotivated? Is your screen time out of control? Do you wish you could do something meaningful with your life? Then you need to draw in your sketchbook. Great. Now, do you have any ideas on what to draw? Not to worry, we're going to go over 5 ways to fill your sketchbook. Side effects of drawing in your sketchbook may include unexpected motivation, sudden feelings of happiness, and overall enjoyment of life. Start your drawing journey today. Are you seriously still sitting on your couch? Get your butt up and go! Now! Hurry!
Hello art friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and this is my YouTube channel where I do all things related to arts and crafts. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 ways to fill your sketchbook. If you've been having art block like me a lot this summer, then hopefully this video helps you come up with some ideas for things to make. If you have a sketchbook, you can follow along, grab a snack, grab a pencil. Just one other thing though, before we get started, I want to say a quick thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far. I honestly didn't expect anybody to even watch my videos, so thank you so much for all of your support, and it's been really fun reading comments. So thank you all for the support. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. And without further ado, let's get started. So here's just a quick look at my sketchbook. Here's the front cover. I usually cover my sketchbooks with a lot of different stickers from different artists or just stickers that I've collected. So a lot of these ones are from some art markets that I have visited. So let's open up to a nice blank page here. And the first idea to fill your sketchbook is drawing neurographic art. Now you might be asking, what is neurographic art? Do I need to know science to make this? No, you do not. Neurographic art, as I explained it to my students, is basically just a form of mindful art. So a lot of art therapists use this technique. So you start off by drawing some random lines that go from one edge of the page to the other. Now the reason this technique is called neurographic art is because the way that this art ends up looking at the end resembles what a scan of the neural pathways in our brain look like. This is a very intuitive process, which means that you don't want to plan out anything beforehand. You just want to kind of go with the flow, and the only rule is that your lines need to start at one edge of the paper and end at another for this to work. After you finish drawing all your lines and you're satisfied with the way they look, you're going to carefully go back and look at your drawing and find the points of intersection between all of the lines that you just drew. So there should be a lot, so really take your time and be mindful, making sure you find every intersection point. Next, you're going to go in and round out the edges of each of those intersection points that you just marked out. You'll want to make sure that there are no harsh edges or sharp lines in your drawing. And you can also take this time now to thicken up any lines that you want to stylize a little bit more. It's honestly up to you. There is no final product that it's supposed to look like. It's really whatever you turn it into. I actually felt like my drawing was a little too empty, so I just repeated the process again by adding some lines from one edge to the other, marking all of the intersection points, and then rounding out the edges and thickening up any lines that I wanted to make a little bit thicker. I really like exercises like this for warming up in your sketchbook because it doesn't really matter what you're making. It's more about just getting yourself to start moving your pen around the paper and creating something. It doesn't matter what it is, you're just making something. Something that I really struggle with is just getting myself to start that first drawing on the blank page in my sketchbook, because I want to make sure that it looks perfect and that it looks the way that I picture it in my head. And just starting off with something low pressure like this is really good to get yourself comfortable with drawing and less worried about what things are going to look like. Once you're satisfied with all of the lines you drew, you can then go in and add color with whatever medium you want. So for my drawing here, I kind of went in with a wet on wet technique where I wet the paper with just water first and then went in with some very vibrant watercolors. And I used 2 different shades of pink, but by the end it kind of just looks like one shade of pink with some different textures. I do like how it came out though, so this is what mine ended up looking like, but you can honestly color it with whatever you want, colored pencils, markers, crayons, whatever. You can use lots of colors, you can use just one color. Like I said, there are no real rules for this artwork. It's more of a warm-up. So the second way to fill your sketchbook is by making a Pinterest collage. So all I did here was I went through my pins on Pinterest and I picked 10 projects that I really want to try within the next couple months. This process is good for setting small, specific goals for yourself if you have a hard time making art a daily practice for yourself. So all I did was save this document and then printed it on my home computer. And now I'm going to cut out these images and collage them into the next page of my sketchbook. The reason I like printing out physical pictures to make collages is because when I just save things to my Pinterest boards, I tend to completely forget about them and never look at them ever again. Because I get inspired by a lot of things and then there's way too many to look at. So if I go through my pins and I pick out 10 specific things, it helps me stay focused on those and actually get around to doing them instead of having an overcrowded Pinterest board with projects that I have done none of. After I glued all my pictures down, I had a little extra space on this page, so I decided to spruce it up with some washi tape and some stickers that I had laying around in my stationery drawer. And here's what the page looked like when I was all done. And let's move on to the next idea. The next idea is to revisit your old drawings. So for this idea, I pulled out some old sketchbooks of mine and took a look at some old work. I ended up picking this painting here from one of my old sketchbooks of some ice cream pops. And I decided that this was a little boring and there wasn't really a lot of contrast in the picture. So I'm gonna redesign it and make a new version of it today. But not without a special appearance from Scribbles. Alright, now that that's over with, so speeding through the sketching process, basically what I did was instead of drawing ice cream pops that already existed, I decided to create my own versions of ice cream pops with characters from Bob's Burgers because I've been really into that show lately. And I decided to create ice cream pops of 2 characters, Louise and Bob, because I don't know, I just felt like they would be the best ice cream pop people. And I decided to use some paint markers to color this in to keep the colors nice and bold, and also I just like paint markers, that's really all. I recolored Louise's hair because I realized that if the hair was already black, I wouldn't be able to add a shadow for the back of it, so I changed it to gray and then made the shadows black. I really like drawing this, and I think it's just because I'm so nostalgic of when the ice cream truck came by when I was a kid. I actually didn't even really like the character pops for eating. My sister used to always get them. I'm more of a Chipwich kind of girl. But I think that it's just that nostalgia of the summer and hearing the really annoying song coming down the street and being like, I don't care that I didn't eat dinner.
It's ice cream time.
Let me know in the comments what your favorite ice cream was from the ice cream truck as a kid. So I finished up the base coats for both of these ice cream pops, and then I went in with some black outlines to really give it that cartoon look. I made sure to add the notorious gumball eyes. I could have made them really crooked and more accurate to real life, but I didn't really want it to be that creepy. So I decided to just keep them in the normal place on the face. I also added some little juicy highlights to make it look more shiny. There was a little bit of empty space on the bottom, so I decided to add this little drawing of a burger to fill it in. I then started coloring the background with this light lavender color, and I really like the contrast that it gave this picture. I think it's a lot better than the original one. So once I finished coloring in the background, that was all for this drawing. Just a reminder, this is what the original painting was, and this is the drawing that I made today. The next idea is using the app Museum by Sketchy. This is what the app looks like here. But basically, a friend showed me this app a few years ago, and people post pictures on it that they allow you to use as reference photos for your art. So today I decided to choose this picture of a girl holding pizza. So I did my sketch off camera, and then I went in with a fine liner and traced over all of my lines. I always like drawing pictures that involve food, so that's why I chose this picture of the girl holding pizza. But I did add some changes. I drew it more in my style, and I added some pepperoni on the pizza. So since I added some changes to this picture and didn't follow the reference exactly, I had to kind of imagine what the girl's hands and arms would look like. And anatomy is not my thing, so the arms are a little wonky and so are the hands. But I think it's clear what we're trying to look at here. I decided to use alcohol markers to color this in because I just bought a new thing of Cali art markers, and I've really been wanting to try them out more. I don't have a lot of experience with alcohol markers, so I did smudge a lot of things here, and I'm just kind of learning how to blend with them. So I figured working in my sketchbook would be a smart move because it's low pressure and I can really just experiment with these. So sorry if the coloring is maybe not that great, but I was just kind of having fun and teaching myself how to use these things. So after coloring in the girl and the pizza, I moved on to the background. I chose to color the background neon pink because I wasn't super happy with how this was turning out because of the fact that I smudged a lot of things. So I figured if I color the background neon pink, it will make me feel better. And it did. So when in doubt, color your picture pink. So the last idea for today is to do a draw this in your style challenge. So if you've never heard of a draw this in your style challenge, basically on Instagram or some other social media apps, people post their art under the tag draw this in your style, and you can pick a drawing and basically draw it in your style. So this was the picture that I chose. I thought the girl in the picture was super cute, and I liked that she was holding a little orange cat, and I also liked the fact that she had pink hair. But for my drawing, I chose to draw her tired and sad. So I decided to use some paint markers to color in this drawing because of the fact that my markers bled through to the next page and kind of ruined this. So I figured that the paint markers would do a good job at covering that up. The eyebrows on this drawing went through so many ugly stages. I first colored them in brown to match the picture, but the brown I chose wasn't quite right. So then my thought was to go in with black, which looked absolutely horrible. And then I put more brown over it, which made it look even worse. And then I finally used another brown to color them in, and I think it looks a little bit better, but honestly, the eyebrows were not it. I kept the colors of this cat pretty much the same as the original, but of course he had to match the mood of the girl, so I made him grumpy too. I debated whether or not I wanted to copy the shirt in the picture with the little hearts on it, but I did end up doing it because the shirt just looked too plain without anything on it, and I had no other ideas. And then I colored in the background with this forest green color, which I absolutely love against the pink of the hair. I did have to leave a little bit of a halo effect around the girl because I did not feel like drawing in between all of the little stray hairs I added. But this is the completed drawing, and I think she came out really cute. Hi everyone, this is Alyssa here. Sorry, I forgot to film an outro, but I just want to say thank you so much if you stayed till this far in the video. I will have a new video out next week. So if you like arts and crafts or you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will get notified when I release another video. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.